Hello everyone and welcome to the channel, welcome back if you are a regular. Today and the weekend I have another video about the Lords of Magic content, about one of the heroes. In this specific case I have worked on a revamp or on a redo of the Water Lord of the Water Magic Lord actually. The Amazon or the whole water tribe has Amazon heroes, all female, and the mage is apparently some kind of hydromancer or aquamancer, however you want to put this. The outfit itself is relatively simple. I am not sure if she is wearing a very puffy pants or if she is wearing a skirt. And in this case, in my personal choice, I went with a kind of puffy pants, with a pair of pants. So this is what I went for, what I wanted to do. It is kind of a mix though with how I designed the whole thing, but in the end it's a pair of pants. I took all around some liberties with the whole outfit. For example, the original model in the game looks like the warrior, like the thief. So basically all the Amazons have a very similar outfit that is only differing a bit in a few details. They all have basically the same hair, basically the same helmet, or a very similar helmet, and the warrior, the wizard lord or the mage lord, which we are currently looking on, has a different outfit in the case that she doesn't have any torso armor. She basically just wears a bikini. In the original, if you jump back to the very beginning, you have a few screenshots of the actual model in game, as well as her staff and the profile picture they used in the game. So this is what I went from. So the liberties I took, for example, is I didn't give her a helmet, simply because the helmet that I made for the water tribe does not really fit my personal aesthetic. And also another piece is that I made a new hairstyle explicitly or specifically for this character, which I will use more often, but I made it specifically for this character. It is oriented on the original profile picture of the character, or the picture of the model of the character, but it's not absolutely the same. As for the top, she just wears a simple bikini top, or bra, and I decided I'm going to go in a bit more detail, and I wanted to give her like a scale mail piece, so I went there and just made the whole scale mail bikini, which, as you can see, is currently not covering that much, because the original idea was, or my idea was, to then artificially add scales to this, which you can see what I'm doing right now, and basically have the scales complete the whole thing. So this is what I went for with this design right here. The hair that I'm doing later is actually rigged. I didn't show the rigging in the video because this would have just made it either longer or would have deterred the quality more. As you can see, the quality is not that high because this took a lot of time and I had to kind of put everything in just about 13 minutes. So this is why the video is really jumpy, because there's like 3 pieces, each took between 1 and 2 hours to make. So we're looking at round about, let me lie, yeah, about almost 4 hours of video material here that I had to put into 12 minutes. The one of the inspirations that I had that you currently can see is seashells. So the belt on the pants has some shells on top of it, and the shoulder piece is inspired by a shell, as well as the top of the staff that I also modeled but didn't put in the video as well, simply because of the length of the video in this case. But it is the render at the end, so if you just want to see the render, you can just jump all the way to the end of the video and take a quick look at that. If you're interested in the rest of this design phase and product, then you can watch the rest of the video. You can see that I'm messing around with the UV maps as well. Obviously each piece gets their own UV maps. The base of this actually was imported. The base of the bra was from the set from Wednesday, so this was a very simple thing to copy paste and then alter. The hair is interesting because I took a different approach. At least I think I didn't use that approach yet. What I did is basically I used the line tool to draw a line where I wanted the hair to be, and then I thickened this line, and as you can see, the first hairs that the hair strands that I did, I went for a iteration of 16 panels per piece, because originally I wanted to extrude those and give it a bit more detail, like I usually do my hair, as you know, by copy pasting a piece, or by making a piece, extruding a few pieces, and then extruding this on top of the head where I wanted. And in this case I thought I'd try a new variant of making hair. I wanted to see if this is faster, if this works as well, and it works absolutely well. So as you can see, I'm working quite okay with this. The hair alone took me about, I would say, yeah, about 90 minutes, a bit more. So it takes some time, and I probably could have made this better by really going and staying with the 16 panels or 16 faces per piece, per iteration, and then extrude a few of these lines or a few of these rows of faces. But instead I decided not to do that because this was taking already a really long time. This is the third piece, or the final piece that I made for this set. The staff I did a little bit later, but the staff took about 5 to 10 minutes maybe. And the hair was actually one that took a really long time. About half the time that I worked on this, I worked on the hair alone. And you will see there's a bit of a switch in between, because at some point I misclicked, and you can see that I'm smoothing this down to a factor of 2. One time I misclicked to a factor of 5, and luckily not my PC, but just my hexagon just crashed instantly and decided not to work anymore. So I saved immediately before that, so I was lucky in a sense. But yeah, it's still, I still had to load up the whole thing again and work on it again. But yeah, the whole thing is meant to be a hairstyle that is like with a big knot on the side of the hair or on the side of the head. This is what I went for. And one thing that I noticed that is difficult with hair is that the alignment of the different hair is not really that easy. As you can see here at the very end, I'm just cheating a bit, and just if you look at it from the back, it doesn't look that good actually, because there's a lot of clipping and intertwining pieces that don't really mix or match or work as intended, because this isn't how hair would work if you tie it in it on the side. At least I think it doesn't work that way. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm not really an expert on the whole hair thing. But yeah, this is basically the spot where I crashed. And then I actually tried to make the knot, which took more time than expected, because I had to actually think about, wrap my head around how the knot is organized in itself, how the rope, or in this case the hair, is intertwining with itself to create the knot. And in this case, or in this particular piece, I actually used the extrusion method to give this a bit more depth, a bit more detail, and it works. Overall it works well with the whole hair, with a bit of a bump map on top. But this also meant that at some point I had to actually add all the UV maps, which I didn't do when I made the pieces, which would have been smart. So next time I'm going to do hair, which is some time in the future. I have a few hairstyles I want to do. I will make basically the hair piece and then the UV map instantly. But yeah, lastly I just did the piece, the tails, and then I changed all these up a bit, and they look quite fine because I also have this additional detail with the extrusion, so I'm okay with how this all turned out. And yeah, the last part is actually just doing all the pieces with a UV map and then touching up all UV maps and realigning them so they work with the intended bump maps for the hair that I use. But yeah, that's it for this video. This is it for this piece. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the content, and I also hope to see you around for the next video, which will be most likely on the week, usually on Wednesday, and we'll see about the content then. Thanks for watching, stay healthy, stay safe, and I will see you guys around.